Well, Stephen Love, Make Love Not War. You got anything to compare to that?
I don't know, man.
I'm just joking.
The things you see it's crazy out here. I mean,
Welcome to Six Figure Trucker, the podcast where we share advice on how to be successful in trucking and have fun while doing so. We'll share stories, news, and advice on how to earn six figures in trucking, and we'll speak to guys and gals that are already doing so. Let's get to the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. This is a format where we elevate and celebrate the drivers who make this world go round and round, the men and women of the industry who bring the trucks that bring the products to you, and we're very glad to have a special event for you tonight. We have Stephen Love, who's out on the road, and here in the office, we have Jose Palma. And we're going to let these guys share their knowledge. And Stephen, we want to welcome you first. Where are you?
Right now I'm in, I think, Bloom, Kansas. I'm headed from Kansas City to San Diego.
Okay, so you're in Kansas City, headed to San Diego. You're in Bloom, Kansas now. Jose Palma, who is an experienced driver, he's a deck driver, been with us for coming up on, what, six years? 6 years. I'm sure, Jose, you've been through Kansas and everywhere. What's it like?
Kansas got some hills and a lot of space between, man. Cows.
A lot of cows.
A lot of cows, he says. Now, Stephen, you're new to Norton Transport, but not new to trucking, right?
Well, I've been trucking for 2 years, so I'm fairly new to trucking and Norton, so it's pretty new.
Gotcha. Now, Jose's been doing it for a long time. That's why we pulled him in. Jose was in town because he's in between runs, I believe. Jose, tell us what brings you to the office.
Well, yeah, I'm in between runs. I had a load dropping off Madison, Georgia, but I had to make my way to the office to pick up my fourth quarter bonus that I earned, and I had to pick up that big check. Can I say how much it was?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Stephen wants to hear this.
Yeah, it was $9,500 for driving. I did November 1st to January 15th. So that's deck driving stuff. But you can get there from the singles.
Now, Stephen, I got to ask you this question. Jose was talking about the $9,500 bonus he got as a deck driver. You're one of our singles drivers, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what does it mean to you? I mean, just Jose dropping that down, $9,500 for, what was it, November to January?
Yeah, November to January.
Which contest was this?
The Chestnuts.
Chestnuts, okay. Now, Stephen, that's something, tell us a little bit about what your aspirations are as a driver in the Driveaway world.
I guess for me, my big aspiration and my goal is, I have three things I follow before I pick a load: safety, rules and regulations, quality of life, and then money. So under safety is, your hours, your inspections. Quality of life is my family time, home time. And third is like making money, because you're out here to make money. So for me, with Driveaway, I like it because I can control my quality of life and make money at the same time. And for me, I love doing singles because I like to be able, if I'm going on a nice area, I like to be able to like venture out and stop. And that's why I like it. It's been almost like it doesn't feel like work to me, because every day you wake up refreshed. You're not worried about a shipper. You're not worried about the day. I mean, you want to be on time, but you can kind of plan your own destiny as far as your trips, and that's what I love about it.
Gotcha. We got Jose Palma here, one of our veteran drivers here, and we wanted to get Jose to bounce in a little bit here about your three top things there in order: safety, quality of life, and money. Jose, how would you rank those and why?
Well, I rank it the same way he said them. I mean, safety is number one, because you can't get anything done, because you always need your rest. I mean, doing what I do, I've done plenty of times. Whenever I've had a claim or anything, it's because I didn't get enough rest, so I was too tired or running too fast or something. So safety, to have enough rest, quality of life. Obviously, if you get enough rest, you're going to have that. And then the money comes. I remember doing singles. I did singles for like 3 years. And he got a point that with singles, you have more time to venture out. Even though it sounds funny doing deck loads, we do travel and we're in the airports and hotels and all that. But it's still like a weird schedule. I mean, the most fun I had in Driveaway was definitely doing singles. But I make double the money doing decks. So you got to weigh out the options. And the family time is cool because of my location where I lived. So that part of it is good. But I do miss doing singles strictly alone because you don't got to carry tools. You just got a backpack and maybe one suitcase, and you can go fit in anywhere. You're in rental cars. You go hang out. You're chilling. When you got a deck load, there is no, that's my favorite spot to eat at because you can't park. So,
yeah, it's running.
Right.
Yeah.
Stephen, weigh in a little bit on that because Jose brought up some good points there, kind of talking about what you prefer as far as the money versus the taking in the scenery, being able to smell the roses, if you wish, on the single side. And you've been doing that on the single side. How has it been? How rewarding is it?
I prefer to do it, and I don't think I would ever switch to, doing triples or whatever. Because, I retired from the military, so I do have pension from the military. So, I weigh, for me, I weigh like quality of life in the United States. And when I was pulling the trailer, I was never able to like see stuff. It was always like, you're not able to like just pull into a restaurant. So that's why I like singles. And I think the money I make, I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm making almost like 2.5 times more than I was in trucking with less time on the road doing singles, because it's all about picking the right load and not picking it because the money is high, picking it because of the location and what kind of vehicle it is. That way you can get good fuel. And like this run it's weird. It's a Penske van. It's going to San Diego. I'm probably going to spend $200 and $300 in fuel and making, $1,800, $1,700 just a weekend's time. So that's why I like it.
Would it be fair to say for you, from your perspective behind the wheel, it's like putting pieces of a puzzle together as far as a singles driver?
Right. You have to be like, for me, like, if I see a load that I get, the best advice I can give any person that's doing this is you got to have some kind of knowledge. Like, you can't just pick a load because you want to pick a load. You have to have sit down and say, okay, this load picks up in here, and you got to Google location and see if you can get a rental car or a flight there. Because why would you go somewhere where it's a $700 load and you got to spend $200 on Uber and $70 in a rental car, and then you got a dump truck, it's getting 5 miles a gallon, and you're spending twice your fuel. So when it's all said and done, you're making $100. So it's all about like researching, the location of it. Is there a rental car place there? Is there a next load I can get out of there? What kind of vehicle it is? If it's a sleeper, it's all about a big picture. It's more than like seeing that money and that miles. It's more of like, how can I maximize my profit for that one load?
It's like a poker game. You got to play your cards and play them at the right time.
Right, because sometimes I had loads that I just lost money. I mean, I lost money, but like then some loads, it makes up for that load. So if you have a bad load, you can't be mad because it's a bad load. Because like this load makes up for the last 3 loads that I probably lost money because either fuel, the rental car, or whatever it is. So it all bounces out.
I want to let Jose speak to that a little bit. You made a good point there about you don't want to dwell too much on a bad load because a good load's coming. Jose's been on both sides of the fence. He's been a singles driver and a deck driver. Is that true, Jose?
Oh, hell yeah, man. I there's so many times, but it's connecting the dots. So there've been loads, well, forgive my French, but there's a shitty load connecting me to a money load. I'm like, I'm going to take the shitty because I would look at the money long run, because you can't maximize, well, the way I see it for me, I'm not maximizing every single load because I'm going to drive myself crazy. I got to pick what I see best right now. Because when I was doing the singles, we didn't even have a load board. So there was times I'm guessing, yeah, Mike, are you really telling me what's out there? Are you lying to me? And so, but you connect the dots. They help you a little bit, but he got a point. You always gotta you gotta see your expenses. And then for me, if I gotta stay in the truck to save some money, I'm gonna stay in the truck. If I gotta sleep in a rental car, I got no problem sleeping in a rental car, parking it in a truck stop, take a shower there to maximize how much money. And then I get to the right spot where a truck might come with fuel in it, and I'm chilling. Now I get to earn more money. Then you start learning what loads, what places, how they work, and try to stay away from trucks like dump trucks. And they used to have these loads called the Jack Duhaney's. Those were 3 miles per gallon, man. I used to hate that. And we used to take them coast to coast. That'll kill you, man.
Jose's spoken to it. Stephen, you did too as well. I mean, it's you got to take the bad with the good. I mean, the good, you hope, in the end outweighs the bad.
And I can tell you, not bragging about Norton, from my experience, I don't think I will ever go back to a tractor trailer ever again, because this experience, I've seen parts of the country that I have never seen on somebody else's dime, somebody else's vehicle. And it's like, I'm getting paid to do it. I mean, I just love it. And like, for me, it's like the biggest thing I've learned is communication. You can never really over communicate with your dispatch, because if you keep them up to date in your situation, if something happens, they're already a step ahead of you to fix the problem when there is a problem. Like, you can't hold, like, if something's going wrong, you can't hold it in and then get mad at your dispatch because they ain't got a solution at 4 o'clock on a Friday, because you knew it was going to be a problem, but you didn't tell them until the last minute.
Right. You're listening to Stephen Love here out on the road, and Jose Palma here in the office of Norton Transport. Of course, Six Figure Trucker brought to you by Norton Transport. I wanted to talk a little bit, kind of drill down, Stephen, with what you were talking about, the relationship with your dispatcher. I think I know who your dispatcher here is at Norton, but confirm for us. Carson, okay. We've had quite a few drivers on who Carson is the dispatcher for. Carson, internally we love Carson. She's great at what she does. What's it like working with Carson? Be honest, out on the road.
I'm going to be honest. Carson is like, she is on point. She's there for you. And, there's times that I got frustrated, and I was like, not really yelling at her, but I was like, this went wrong, that went wrong. And she was like, hey, we're going to fix it. She's all about communication and being there for her drivers. And there's been times that she's got me a load going past my house in my hometown. I got to spend 2 days in my hometown because she knew I was from North Carolina, and I spent 2 days. She's good. She's patient. She's kind, but yet she's firm. Like, she has a job to do, and she's going to do her job. But at the same time, she's going to make you money, and she's going to make the company money. So overall, everybody is making money, and everybody is happy. I have not had one issue with Carson at all. And it's surprising. Sometimes I'm like, now what is she doing wrong? But there's nothing. Everything she's doing is really to support me.
Gotcha.
It makes it easy, because there's nothing worse than being on the road and you're driving and you got an issue. You're trying to drive the truck, and you don't have support for your dispatch.
Now, talk a little bit about, you were talking about she brought you right within your hometown. That's something you don't forget.
Oh, no. I mean, it was like I was picking a bus up. I was picking a truck up somewhere, and actually I was on another load, and she found 2 loads that took me to my house, and I got to spend 2 days in my hometown. And you don't forget that, because I live in Wisconsin, but my family's in North Carolina. And whatever she did, she watches the board for loads. And she found the loads that I needed. And I said, hey, can you give me 2 days on that load so I can spend time at home? And she was like, no problem. I mean, for me, that means a lot, because for me, that's like my quality of life, And when you give me good quality of life, it makes me want to drive harder and do better and be safer to make Norton look good and everybody look good.
I guess it's fair to say then, with the quality of life, putting you right there with your family, that's something you remember, but I guess you're ready to return the favor.
Right. I mean, 'cause if she say, hey, do this load, I'll do it, because even though I might not be making money on that load, I know down the road she's going to look after me and give me another good load. It's all about you do for the person and they do for you, and you work as a team, not separate. 'Cause when you work separate, she ain't happy and I ain't happy and I ain't making money and everything goes bad. But when you work as a team, which I think we do really good as a team. Also, Mark is kind of like, he's not really my dispatch, but I talk to Mark a lot also because she gets real busy.
Oh yeah.
And he's really supportive. I mean, they're really, like, sometimes I get, like, last week I was so mad my truck broke down. It had a coolant leak, and I refused to drive it because I didn't want to destroy the engine.
Sure.
Mark got me. He gave me money for a hotel. I got breakdown pay, and the load was still delivered on time.
That's fantastic, man. Now I want to turn to Jose for a second here. You're talking about the relationship with the dispatcher. Jose's in a different world now. He's a deck driver, been with us for a long time. Jose Palma, what's it like for you as a deck driver? The difference between your relationship with a dispatcher on the deck side versus the single side?
I mean, for me, it's almost the same. Only in the beginning when I was doing this, I needed, I constantly always stay in communication, but I say, like, I do everything myself, as far as all the hotel bookings, flight bookings, rental bookings, even towards the end of my thing, I would do all that myself. So, and then now with a load board, you can basically do all the dot connecting. But when you have that relationship with your dispatcher that can connect the dots for you, that's a plus. I miss that. And decking is hard to connect those kind of dots because there's only a handful of places where you start your run from.
Right.
Where they can connect the dots, which I've gotten calls from other dispatchers like, yo, there's a single where you dropping off. You want to take that? That comes, randomly, but you never plan it. I live in Texas, so there's like 3 different places to pick up loads out of Texas. So I always use that to my advantage to stop by the house and all that good stuff. But as I'm hearing him talk his story, like, she sent him home, and that's the beauty of singles, man. Like, you can go, and then you have parking. I mean, unless you have shitty neighbors that are in the freaking housing committee that are going to complain that there's a truck parked on the block. Other than that, you're good. That, or you might have somebody put graffiti on a box truck you delivering or something. That would be the only 2 bad things. But at least you fit in. Like, you will have a good time. I've had the best times because randomly. And then I have friends spread out through the country. But yeah, I'm coming through. And I could just, all right, there's a box truck fit here. It's way easier to sell than, yo, I can't go in reverse. This load is 85 feet long. You mean like a truck and a trailer? I'm like, no, longer. No. I don't know what you mean. I was like, don't worry about it. But.
Longer and more expensive.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Stephen, weigh in a little bit about that. I mean, what Jose was talking about as far as the ability to be able to, not the ability, but the pleasure, I guess the luxury of being able to make the most of your time on the road and where the road takes you.
Right. I'll give you a quick story. So one time I took a load from an hour from my house to Sweetwater, Florida. And it was a bus. It was a trolley bus. And actually, when I stopped in the office, and I drove down to Sweetwater, and the guy was like, "What is your ETA?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm getting there." In my head, I'm getting there. But when I pulled up, the mayor, the police chief, all the government officials was like out there to greet me and accept the bus because they waited a whole year to get this trolley bus. And they were so happy that I was able to deliver it actually 2 days early. And stuff like that, it gives you it makes you feel good because, your job is moving America. Yeah, we're not moving physical products, but we're moving a new truck for somebody to buy, for them to move the product.
Absolutely.
I was at home. I got home late Monday night, and I was going to stay home for 2 weeks. And I was fiddling through the load board, which I should not have done. I was like, whoa, here's the load going from Kansas City to San Diego. I was like, crap. So I booked it, and I left the next day to head to San Diego because it doesn't feel like work. I mean, it does not feel like work. Like, this is the only job I've had that it doesn't feel like work. Nobody's breathing down your back saying, where you at, where you at, where you at, because you already put in the time that you're going to be there, you know? So it's free. You can venture out. Like, I'm in a little van, so I can venture out and see the countryside and enjoy it. I love it. I mean, I can't stress that enough.
Sweet. Tell us a little bit more about delivering that trolley. I've seen the picture. I know they were excited to see you there. Did they have a welcoming committee? Tell us about it. And you went to Sweetwater, Florida. I mean, obviously, it had to make you feel pretty good.
It did, because when I got there, it was all standing there, and like it was like at least 40 people rushing on the bus, and I was kind of showing the stuff of the bus, and he explained to me. He says when he became mayor, he decided to give free public transportation. So the trolleys that they got were like really old. So the trolley they got was free public transportation in Sweetwater, and I mean it wasn't. I mean, that bus was like $250,000 for a trolley. I mean, it was pretty nice. I mean, it's a good feeling. You know, most time we drop a load off, they just say, okay, thank you, see you later. But it's a good feeling when, you know, the mayor greets you and say, you know, I really appreciate you getting the bus here safe. Because if I would have wrecked that bus, that trolley, it's not like you can take it to a collision place and fix it. It's right away. I mean, they waited a whole year for the bus, and to get it there safe and early, it makes Norton look good, and it makes me look good.
Fantastic. I want to turn to Jose back again here. He's been on the podcast with us before here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Jose's got a lot of stories. I want to ask you, back up to the single story. What's the greatest single story you've had? I know you've had some great deck stories, but how about on the single side? I think I know where we're going, but I'm going to let you take it. Best single story.
I mean, best single story. I mean, my best single story, like for real, I mean, I'm not married, you know, so it's a little explicit, but I don't know if that one's a good one. But it was by surprise. I'd say 4th of July weekend, St. Louis, there's a Pilot truck stop. I was stopping at different baseball stadiums whenever I had a chance, because with the singles you could do that. So I went over there. I didn't make it to the game. They have like a big baseball park area, and it's all full of like bars and drinks and all that. In comes walking this girl. She goes, let me order this pizza. So she orders a pizza without sauce or something like that. I'm like, who the hell orders a pizza with no sauce? She says, oh, it's my birthday, da-da-da-da. Whatever. I started talking to her, and then me joking around. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? She says, oh, I don't know. What are you doing? I was like, I got my truck over at the truck stop. She was like, all right, I'll go with you. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm over here cracking a joke, and then she was serious. Long story short, she met me over there, and I was on a run. I forgot where the truck was going, but whatever. And that's the most craziest one.
Well, Stephen Love, Make Love, Not War. You got anything to compare to that?
I don't know, man. You know,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking with you, man.
I know. It's crazy out here. I mean, yeah, the things you see you see a different side on the Driveaway side. It's definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think of it as a paint by number picture set here. Color in the picture for us. What's the craziest thing that you've seen, Stephen, in the last couple of years out on the road? What's the craziest thing you've seen?
Well, I haven't seen everything crazy. I'll say. I never had a trainer when I got my CDL. Like I graduated, I took my test at the schoolhouse, and my first load was in a cave. But that's not really. It was in Independence, Missouri, that cave, and I thank God I didn't hit nothing. But I haven't really seen anything. I haven't really seen anything crazy. I mean, I try to stay away from crazy things because
Now, Stephen, I got to ask you. You've been doing the singles thing for a couple of years here. Do you want to stay in singles and enjoy that life of the freedom to be able to see different things, or do you want to move over to the deck side?
No, I would never move to the deck side. I mean, there's not a amount of. I mean, I make pretty good money with my retirement, and doing this, and I would never do the deck. I don't want to back nothing up. I don't want to have to pivot something, anything articulates. I don't want to do anything like that ever again. After doing the single, I mean, there's not a. I mean, they couldn't give me a check for $20,000 bonus and me and drive triples. I mean, it's just not. There's not amount of money because for me, when I was in trucking, I didn't like it. I did not like it. I did not like the rush to a truck stop, and when you get there, there's nowhere to park. With singles, I mean, you always have somewhere to park. And for me, I would never give that up. I mean, I would never give it up.
Well, I've got to bounce that off Jose. He's been on both sides of the fence, and he's definitely one of our best deck drivers. He's one of our most notable deck drivers, one of our favorite, most popular deck drivers. What do you think, Jose? I mean, when you came from singles, do you miss it?
I was just talking about that the other day. I mean, I miss, like I said earlier, I miss the flexibility of random popping in and out of certain places and cities that you could drive in different places. But like I was just speaking to Michael right before we walked in here, and I remember when he came up to me, they first started the thing, I was like, man, I'm not doing that, man. Because for one, I suck at backing up trailers because when I was doing singles, every once in a while you move empty trailers. But if it don't have a big space, I suck at it. So that's complicated for me. I don't like backing anything up. I still don't. But he goes, all right, would you like to make 6 figures? And then I'm like, damn it. And then boom, I got into it. And I almost quit on my 3rd load because when you're training, it's like 5 loads. But it's not the decking is hard. It's just certain things are tedious. And then you just be like, well, who cares about this stupid light back here? Like, they don't need it. They're going to take it off anyway. The truck's brand new. Take it out with it. Like, little things get annoying. I mean, yeah, it is a little extra work, but you only work, I mean, for me, the way I see it, it's mostly driving. The longest, like if you see a 4-way and let's say you're leaving 3 trucks there, it shouldn't take you more than 3 hours. So for 3 hours of work, as opposed to, just driving, then the money, I mean, I like flying. I fly first class everywhere. I'm in a hotel every night. So those are the things that lure me in. The money, hotels, first class. Granted, chilling and bouncing around in little spaces and fitting in everywhere, the freedom of that's cool too. So, I mean, it's just weird. I mean, trust me, I want to go back to singles. I ain't ready for it to just give it all up completely because I got kind of used to certain things while I'm out here doing driving.
Right.
This is all I do, and I'm a trucker that does not go in reverse.
That is well said.
Hey,
I got to write that down.
Hey, Jose, you are like me. I do not want to go reverse. If I can pull in and back out, I will do that. I do not like to go in reverse.
Yeah.
I like to go forward,
exactly.
And that is it.
I mean, I don't mind going in reverse in one truck, or if I got a little truck, one truck behind me, cool. But 50-foot trailer, nah, I'm good.
I want to dig a little deeper into the weeds here with you, Jose. Also you, Stephen. Jose, you talk about, I mean, everybody knows on the deck side there's more physical work involved with the decking, the saddles, whether you got to get a wrecker involved or not when you're undecking and that kind of thing. Is it worth it?
Oh, I mean, it's worth it. You just see with this and Driveway, for me now looking back, it's a great opportunity to make money, but you have to have everything like written down, know the tax numbers and tax codes and write-offs, and because now you're at the $100,000 a year bracket. So once you learn all that, you can make enough money and transition into your own type of business, whatever it is, or something like that. That would be the advice. I mean, don't do what I do, because I'm a little nuts out there and all that, but I had fun. Now I'm like, all right, cool. It's I'm going on year 4 doing the decking, and I got like 7 altogether in Driveaway, and it's like, all right, now I got to focus up because I should have had a house by now, 2 or 3. But those are the only things. The opportunities there, it is worth it. It is a little dangerous, but once you do it a few times, you'll know if it's for you. Because I always say it's not for everybody. Granted, no amount of money in the world is gonna make me do something that I'm frustrated about. Like while I'm doing this, times I'm like laying on the ground. I got snow falling on me, rain. I got dirty fingernails, whatever. Something fell on me. I got a bruise, a scratch. I'm like, damn, I should have stayed in school. But then there's other parts when the job's done. I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, I did this.
When that paycheck comes in, it's let me think about it again here.
Yeah, so there is the gratifying thing, but everything is like you do anything in life. The smartest way to do things is to plan it out, write it down, and don't make it go to waste.
All right, Stephen, I'm going to ask you this question, then back to Jose, then we're going to bounce it back a little bit. Stephen, how old are you?
40.
Okay, Jose, you look like you're about the same.
44.
44. Stephen, first, what are your aspirations and dreams in life?
My aspirations is to work hard for this year and then buy me a $200,000 or $300,000 RV and live in it for the rest of my life. That is why I'm doing this.
So Stephen wants to work for about another year and get a $200,000, $300,000 RV to live in for the rest of his life. Now, Jose, same question to you. You're 44. What do you want to do?
I mean, for me, I want to make as much money as possible. So in this next couple of years, and I'm in between getting a house here or somewhere like in the Caribbean or Colombia, and figure out a way to just live on whatever I do and just chill.
Now, I'm looking right here at Jose Palma, who is here in the office with us. Good-looking guy. He's wearing a New York Yankees hat there. What year is that on the World Series?
That's when they beat the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, man.
So I had to bring that patch.
Oh, he's sticking it right in the heart. We're here in Georgia. Our offices are, and we got a lot of Braves fans here, so he's bringing it home here. How big of a Yankees fan are you? We've talked about this before. You're a pretty big Yankees fan.
I mean, I am. I'm not as big as I used to be because I used to get Mets suck haircuts and shirts and fight with people verbally at the stadium. But these days, I'm not. There's more important things in life than arguing about sports. So, but I am a Yankee fan. These days, fair weather fan. When they're doing good, when they're in the playoffs, I'm there.
Now, Stephen, you have family in North Carolina. You live in Wisconsin. Do you have a team?
No, because I was born in North Carolina, and then I joined the military, and I went to Virginia for a while, and then I'm in Wisconsin. So now it's like I don't even care anymore because it's too many teams to even worry about. I mean, I like the Panthers. I mean, that's one of my teams I do like, and the Charlotte Hornets, if they're still around, I don't even know. But I'm not really into sports because I don't have the energy to think about when you're a role, you don't have time. It's hard for you to watch the actual when they're playing on live TV. You have to watch after, and then everybody already tell you what happened already, so it kind of destroys the mood of it.
I got you. It's an investment, and speaking of investments, you made one in our country. You were retired from the military. Tell us a little bit about that. What branch you served in, how long, and what it meant to you.
Well, I joined in 18, 19, and I did 13 and a half, and I got an early retirement. And then after that, I drove boats for the Navy, and I did a lot of detainee movements, a lot of detainee moves over in Cuba. And then after I got out of the Navy, I went to school for 4 years. I got a associate degree in commercial HVAC. I became a certified welder, an electrician, and a plumber. But I mean, I really don't like doing that.
Gotcha.
I always like mechanical. I like to be able to control the power of something heavy, and driving a truck is a lot of power, and I like controlling it. And I didn't want to work on it. So I figure I'll just drive it, and you kind of work on it because you want to keep it functioning.
Gotcha.
So,
Now, why is it that you think that you like controlling something heavy? Is that just a natural thing or something that you developed, or how did that come to be?
I don't know. I've always seen trucks going down the road, and when I did drive for 2 years, and when you're picking a load up, and that load is like 46,000 pounds, and you're driving that truck down the road, and you pull into a truck stop, and then you get out and you look at your truck, and you're like, man, I'm driving this big 70-foot truck down the road, and not everybody can do that. It's just a good feeling. I mean, it's just a good feeling. I mean,
It does put you in distinct company, and we've got Jose Palma here with us on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. I got to ask you this, Stephen. What was your first reaction driving down the road when you saw a three-way or a four-way?
No, 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 because it puts it back in the same situation where I have to find a place to park and I can't see nothing. I mean, it's actually, for me, I'm afraid of it. I'm just afraid of it. It's a lot. I mean, you can't miss you have to be extra safe, and you can't miss a step. Like, you can't be driving and miss your turn and go down a dead-end street because you got to bag 3 or 4 vehicles backwards. I mean, for me, it's a lot. It's just a lot of stuff going on. For me, it's just like, I'm just afraid of it. I don't know.
You got to be on your game there. And Jose, I wanted to ask you this quick question here. Do deck drivers look at singles drivers differently than they do at other deck drivers?
No, you don't even think of that. I mean, I don't. When I see it, I'm like, damn, I remember. I start, having memories of, when it was less complicated. Everything was simpler, Again, my biggest, less luggage. Like I said, anywhere to park, literally. Sometimes in a truck stop, you could park with cars parked, and you're in your load.
Yep.
Like, that was definitely a plus always. Always, because you're trying to cut corners to save money. But as far as like when I first saw a deck load, I said the same thing. I was like, oh, hell no. How the hell they do that? And then I was like, wait a minute. If I'm getting whatever 90 cents, 'cause when I started it was like 80, 85 cents a mile. Are they getting 80 cents per mile per each truck? And I was like, oh, I wonder. But then I'm blowing by them. I'm like, but it sucks going that slow. So, I said the same thing. But it took time. Now I drive a single truck. It feels like a car to me, it's relieving. Definitely relieving. But it becomes real easy. It's not as complicated as you think after you do it for a while. I guess everybody gets relaxed, but once you tighten up them bolts, I mean, I use my drill. My drill is super strong. Once they tighten, that bolt ain't going nowhere, man. Then you do a little safety check and you're good.
You got confidence in it once you tighten it up.
Oh, hell yeah, man. My drill costs almost $400. Strong. And the battery, the extra battery. So it's like $500 drill right there.
Now, I want to ask you, we kind of touched on dreams and aspirations. Here's a different question for each of you. Stephen, I'm going to let you go first. Dreams and aspirations, how about a dream vacation? You guys are close to the same age, 40 for Stephen, 44 for Jose. What's your dream vacation, and when would you want to take it?
I think my dream vacation is like Antarctica. Like, just I hate being cold, but I just want to go there. Like a place where no man has been before. That's what I want to, like, in Antarctica or somewhere like that, North Pole, anywhere.
Is that a solo trip, or are you going with someone?
I would do it solo, but I would do it like an expeditionary group.
Is it for the scenery, or just not the novelty, but the exclusionary part of it being, I mean, that's something to go to Antarctica.
For me, it's like it's clean, pure, and fresh. It's like it's just clean. There's no contamination. There's no dirt. There's nothing. It's just a peaceful place where there's no noise. The only thing you hear is the earth.
Okay. Same question to you, Jose. Dream vacation.
I mean, definitely ain't Antarctica, man, because we're not allowed over there because the Earth is flat. But I don't know. For me, I would look at it like I was thinking eventually like somewhere like one of the mountains in like Europe, and like because I've gone skydiving, so that's already knocked off my bucket list, and like hang glide off some mountain and like just jump off and just go. And that you could at least do by yourself, because skydiving you got to jump like 9 times before they let you jump by yourself. So I think I could get to that faster. And then, you know, if I make it to the ground in one piece, then I'm like, ha ha, I did this too. So that would be my thing.
All right, another question here now. I want you guys to pretend like you don't hear each other's answer on this particular question. I'm going to say 2 words, and I want to hear from both of you guys what it means to you. Open road.
Free. Peaceful.
Okay, now, Jose, I don't know if you heard Steven's answer. He said free and peaceful. What does open road mean to you?
I got to throw in the peaceful, but I just feel connected to everything and anything that was around and will be around. So that's like nature, life, spirits, like everything all in one thing. When it's like quiet and I'm just into my own thing and I don't have, you know, like regular life chaos going on, that's what I feel, yeah. Peaceful and connected to everything.
That's a very good answer. And, Stephen, you know, a lot of guys that we talk to and girls that we talk to here on the Six Figure Trucker brought to you by Norton Transport talk about that kind of, I guess, Zen kind of feeling where they get on the road. A lot of truckers bring up South Dakota, Montana, out in that area. What's your favorite place to really get connected, get your thoughts right, and, you know, feel like you're moving to a different zone?
Me, I like the hilliest, steepest grade in the mountains. Like the steeper it is, the better. For some reason, with a heavy load, I just love it. It's something about it. It brings me peace.
What about you, Jose? I mean, is there a state that stands out, or a region, an area that really connects to you as far as mentally, psychologically, emotionally, maybe even?
I mean, it's weird for me because the people have been asking me that since I got my CDL. But my thing is, I would always say out west more, but it's like because out west is less trees, depending what part of out west. Then you got the desert, dark field. So I've seen like the most shooting stars out west. So I'd say it's between like Utah, Nevada, Arizona. Because Utah's the first time I ever saw a sign that said, if you don't get fuel here, you're shit out of luck for 150 miles. I was like, whoa, I need to go back home. But that was in the early years. But yeah, Utah, Wyoming, they're definitely special because you don't see that type of scenery. You know, I think about like how God or whatever is, you know, above us put this all together with the colors and then all the random things you see over there. I think you see more random peacefulness out in the West.
I just came from over there.
From where?
Utah, Wyoming, in that area, Arizona. I was driving and you see these big mountains and you see the red stone and the snow on it. It drove me crazy. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Now, Jose talked a little bit about what's woven together. There's the tapestry by God or a higher being there. How would you put it into words yourself, Stephen, what you've seen out there on your own, by yourself? Let's say it's, I don't know if you're a night driver or a day driver. Let's say it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You see something that just blows you away. How do you put that into words?
Well, I don't drive 2 o'clock in the morning, but I can tell you about it during the day. Like you were saying, Jose was saying, when I was in Utah, going down the mountains in Wyoming, I don't want to sound like emotional, but I climbed up this hill, and you almost want to like cry, but like not like a emotional cry, like a peaceful. It's so peaceful that God or higher being made this earth. And you really never see it. It's just peaceful. I mean, it gives you a different feeling. It's hard to describe.
Did you ever think you would experience that feeling before you got into driving a big truck, Driveaway trucking?
I used to drive 3-4 months at a time, and it was always like early in the morning, late at night, and I spent 2 years not seeing nothing. It was just you got to get there because it's a deadline. But Driveaway, every trip I take an extra day, and I use the extra day either to get there early or I want to do one thing that trip. I want to see one thing of nature that trip. I don't want to just drive and get there and not see anything because it defeats the whole point why I'm doing Driveaway.
Jose, I had a quick question for you. You've been doing this for a long time. What's the longest period of time you've been on the road nonstop?
Is that legal to say?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Of course, following your resets and your downtime. But I mean, as far as
I pushed it to the max, so 11 hours, 3 hours on duty, not driving, and 30-minute break. But working it. Well, when you're doing a deck side, it's different because when you're not driving, you're working, unloading and all that. So. Like I said earlier, the best times when you get the most rest. That safety thing hits hard now because, it's safe to say I've been a wild man in the past. And, I get to a load after driving all night and I want to unload the thing in the morning and then I want to get on a plane and then fly. Like, it gets crazy. I've aged a little in these past couple of years, like that. So it's a lot better to take a step back. As he's saying, he tries to take one day. Cause as I'm hearing him say that, I'm like, you know what? I think it's time for me to do that. Cause we could do that. We could definitely deliver, and then instead of taking the flight the next day in the morning, that whole day, wherever city that I'm at, I could just make it that city day, and then fly out the following morning. But
right.
Most of us, we're always trying to get as many loads done, at least 2 loads a week. But,
right.
If I can do one load and at least see something memorable, because in life, like my mom, she always used to say, I'm not going to take, I'm not going to take the diamonds and the gold and the cash with me when I'm gone. The only thing I'm going to take is my memories and the things you see and do. So
right.
That's what hit me when he was saying that, like he takes a day. Like, I think I'm going to take that, love. I'm going to take that, man. I need to take a day after every load and see something.
I wanted to ask you, Jose, quick. I mean, talking about this, kind of lay out for us what a typical week looks like for you. We're talking about 2 loads. Sure, we're talking about 6 4 trucks. I mean, 6 or 8 trucks total.
There is no typical with undecking because when you get to a place to deliver, you don't know if you're gonna take long or trucks that break down. So it's not typical. It's more like if everything runs smooth, you can do two loads, 3 if you're pushing hard. So that would be, all right, I got a 4-way, 2 trucks go to one place. I got to drive 100 miles, drop one off, and then drop the lead truck somewhere else. Or all 3 go to one place, and the lead truck goes somewhere. So it's kind of still running around. So it's per se. Now, if there's no bad weather and you got 2 trips that are 1,000 miles each, that is ideal, typical. That'll take you 5 to 6 days. With no hiccups, it's a decent week, but it's random all the time, man.
No hiccups, no breakdowns. Everything goes as planned, and you do 2 loads, maybe 3. And that's big money. But where do you cut the line as far as this is too much weighing on me? I mean, where do you make that decision as far as the money's good, but the stress is high? Or am I saying that wrong?
I mean, no. I mean, all of us drivers come with different. We all have our own different baggage. So, like, my baggage is, I just stay on the road and I dedicate when I have time because the load takes me there. That's how I see my family. That's in Houston. I have a little girl I look after. She's in New Orleans. If my load takes me through there, I go through there. If there's a weekend, I couldn't get here, they're closed for the weekend, that's my time off. So, my time off, I'd let the route dedicate when I get off instead of me planning it out. Obviously, I have friends and we're going to do this, then that's different. But if nothing I have planned, then I have nothing planned. I'll let the road decide that for me.
You go where the road takes you.
Yeah, and that's where I'll take my 2 days off, 3 days off, if it happens that way.
What about you, Stephen?
Like I said, I retired from the military, and my pension's pretty good. So, yeah, I look at money, but for me, I look at that. I kind of judge by how I'm feeling on my trip. Like, if I go out for 3 weeks and I'm starting to feel sick and irritated and whatever, that's when I know I have to find me a load to go home. Like I drove from California to Denton, Texas, which was 1,700 miles, just to get a load to go home because I was done. I was ready to go home. I was just done. Like I didn't care about money. I didn't care about the $200 in rental car and the $150 in gas. All I care about is me keeping what I said I was going to do: safety, quality of life, and then money. Because for me, if I mix those up, if I put quality of life last and money first, then I don't make money and my quality of life sucking, and then I'm not safe. It has to be in order, that order for me to do it. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, it's time to go home. But then when I get home, I go home for like 2 days. Okay, I'm ready to go back out again. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go back out. I don't need to be home for a week. I mean, it just depends. I mean, like this trip is easy. My next trip is easy. I'll probably stay out for 3 weeks, even 4 weeks. But when you get like crappy loads, like the really bad loads, like I'm over it. Like when a truck breaks down, I had a truck. I was in North Dakota. This is awful. This is the worst trip with Norton's. I'm not even gonna lie. I picked the truck up. It was negative 22 degrees. They had a hard time getting it started. I drove down the road. I cracked the windows to get some fresh air. It was negative 18. The windows wouldn't go back up. I stopped at the truck stop. I tried to start the truck that morning. Guess what? The truck didn't start.
That's awful.
And it was negative 22. But the only good thing about it was the truck had an APU, so I was always warm. And, like I said, your dispatch, Carlson, she know the right thing to say to keep me calm and happy. Because if she would have said the wrong thing, I was already messed up. I was already tired. I was already cold, But I think your dispatch can make or break you in trucking. I mean, especially in Driveaway. And
there's been a beautiful thing that's happened here as we've talked with Stephen Love and Jose Palma here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Jose pointed out that he picked up some things listening to Stephen about that he hadn't thought about in a while, but kind of repositioned him somewhat. I want to kind of turn the table around to Jose, and maybe he can say something to Stephen that may be something that Stephen can use down the road in the future. Points of advice, some tips from a guy who's been on the road for a long time. What would you say, Jose?
I mean, Stephen got his head screwed on pretty good, man. So that's kind of hard right there for me. I would say, only thing I hear, he's kind of reluctant on trying out the decking. I would say, you can give up, a few days and see. You might like it, man. But other than that, it's tips. Man, he already got it down. He knows how to take the loads, get to go where he wants to go, see family, see a girlfriend, see whoever, and that make your route with your load. Because that was my favoriteest thing to do when I was doing singles. It was easy. So there's really no other really tips he can get from me. Other than make sure you sign up for all the hotel apps, the company apps like Choice, Wyndham, Best Western. All the rental car companies, so you could try to earn status so you get better deals later on. Other than that, so you can eventually do your own bookings. It's a little rougher on the single side, but you'll still earn points and status. So when you do go on vacation with whoever or by yourself, you have all those points to live on. Because I've taken a few free rentals and a few free flights just because of working.
Does that sound good, Stephen?
Oh yeah, I appreciate that, and definitely, I think I will try. I think I will try it one time, but I don't think I would ever want to continuously do it because I'm in my happy place, and when you find your happy place, you gotta like stay. I feel like I need to stay in this happy place because it doesn't feel like work to me. Like like sometimes I feel guilty getting paid because I mean, I just love it.
Hey, we're happy to pay you here. Stephen Love and Jose Palma joining us this evening on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Wanted to say, Stephen, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe on your travels out there. Jose, thanks for stopping by in the office.
No doubt.
Thanks for spreading the wisdom, sharing the knowledge. Anything you guys want to say to each other, I'm going to shut up and leave the mic to you.
Well, Steve, whenever you're ready, I'll give up a week. Well, they'll still be paying me, but they only pay a little bit to train. If you ever got a week, I mean, I'm based out of Texas, but I go anywhere. And you want to see what it is, I could tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, the not recorded stuff all about undecking. Let's get it.
I might. You know what? I think once I get my my singles out of the way, my invention of the United States, I might do decking. But right now, I have to see. I've seen a lot of other countries, but I've not seen United States, and the only way I can do that is singles.
Well, Stephen, we appreciate you doing that for us, and we really love you being here on the Six Figure Trucker, brought to you by Norton Transport. Be safe out there, and Jose, thank you for joining us very much.
Yes, no problem. Deck Demon out.
That's a good way to end right there. Have a good evening.
All right, I appreciate it.
Six Figure Trucker is brought to you by Norton Transport. Norton Transport is a drive-away trucking company that customers can rely on. It offers excellent independent contract driving opportunities to professional, courteous, and qualified drivers that can provide the kind of service we deliver. If you're interested in learning more about Norton or just want to subscribe to the show, check out 6-figuretrucker.com. That's 6-figuretrucker.com.